to Book Chat. My name is Bia Stengo and I'm a managing librarian at Monterey County Free Libraries. And tonight for Book Chat, I'm going to talk to you about this book, Between Two Kingdoms. It's a memoir of a life interrupted by Suleika Jaouad. Now, this is such an amazing memoir. I really loved it. Suleika Jaouad is a journalist, and she wrote a column for the New York Times called A Life Interrupted, which is what inspired this book. And so it's the story of her life. Basically, she was a student at Princeton University, and when she graduated, she was trying to figure out what she wanted to do with her life. So she took a job in Paris, working as a paralegal for some adventure and also just to sort of test out different professions and try out her writing and various things. And while she was there, she started not feeling very well, feeling really, really tired. Actually, the feelings of illness started when she was actually in university still. And then also right before she left to move to Paris, she met somebody. And so while she was living in Paris, he came over to visit her and they decided they wanted to be a couple. And so he came to move in. They were living together for a little while in Paris. And she just started feeling worse and worse until she basically had a collapse. And then she had to go home. The doctors told her she had to go home. So she went home and she was diagnosed with a pretty severe form of leukemia. And so this was a pretty devastating diagnosis for her. She was 22 years old at the time she got this diagnosis. And she also heard that there was only a 35% chance of survival from this type of leukemia. So a lot of this book is talking about her journey, her cancer journey, her journey through going through treatments. And it's also about her relationship with this young man who she met and had fallen in love with when she was in the United States, and he moved to Paris with her. And he was very committed to helping her through this journey. But the cancer had a pretty rough effect on the two of them because their relationship was not just boyfriend and girlfriend, but it became more of a patient and caregiver. And so it was pretty hard on her. It also talks about the friends she made while she was getting cancer treatment and what amazing friends they were and how they could really relate to each other because all of them were struggling with maybe not the same type of cancer, but versions of the same type of illness. And so it was really important connections that they made with one another. And many of her friends were brilliant in their own ways, and she talks about that. And she goes on to talk about her column that she wrote for the New York Times and all the amazing connections she made through that, people who wrote to her. And so when she is recovering from her treatments, her chemotherapy, she decides that she wants to take a road trip when she survives and when she is able to do such a thing. But she's never really driven or anything, so it's kind of a wild and crazy idea. But another part of this book is about the road trip that she takes to meet with some of the people who corresponded with her on her journey of recovering and on her journey through cancer. So this is really just such an amazing book. It was beautifully written. She's such a beautiful writer. I was so impressed with the writing. She's insightful. She is emotional. She is honest about her emotions, and she just says everything so beautifully. I was just really moved by this memoir, and I think that you will be too. So I highly recommend it. It's called Between Two Kingdoms, a memoir of a life interrupted by Suleika Jaouad. And it's just a really enjoyable book. It's inspirational. And so I hope you pick it up. We have it on Overdrive and we have it for checkout at your local library. So give it a read. And I hope you'd enjoy it as much as I did. Thanks for listening. Bye.